In this video, I'm going to be looking in the text section of my notebook. We are looking at Chapter 1, Lesson 2. It's called The Nature of Science, Standards of Measurement. So if you need to stop the video to find your page, remember you can always stop the video. And I'm going to read through, this is a 2-page lesson. I'm going to read through this and then I will read it a second time and I will annotate. Okay. The title of the lesson is Standards of Measurement. The standard system of measurement used by scientists around the world is known as the International System of Units, or SI. SI units are easy to use because this metric system is a decimal system of units based on a scale of multiples of 10. Each unit is 10 times larger than the next smallest unit and 1/10 the size of the next largest unit. And it gives us some of the SI base units over here. We will be looking at this chart in much more detail. To measure the distance between 2 points, scientists use length. The size of the object being measured determines the unit that it will be measured in. For example, the length of a football field is measured in meters, whereas a pencil would be measured in centimeters. Now, in the United States, we talk about inches and yards and feet. We will get into that discussion a little bit later. But for science purposes, you will usually be measuring in the metric system. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. The mass of a basketball is outweighed by the mass of a bowling ball. And mass relates to weight. I will say that mass and weight are not interchangeable terms. And again, we'll talk about that as we get into this lesson. The density of an object can be calculated based on its mass and volume. Volume is the amount of space taken up by something. Water displacement is one way to determine the volume of a solid. When an object is placed in water, the amount of water it displaces is the volume of the object. From the mass and volume of the object, its density can then be calculated. Time is the interval between two occurring events which can be measured by a stopwatch or a clock. So this lesson doesn't have a lot of text, but it has a lot of important information. So I'm going to stop this video, and then in the next reading, we will annotate this passage and look at it in a little more detail.